Year in, year out, so much money is put into election and electioneering process. But unfortunately, voter apathy in Nigeria has continued to increase, most especially within the elite. Most intellectuals would rather watch the proceedings and outcome of elections from the comfort of their homes via the television or radio. Some will even go through the social media platform instead of performing their civic right by going out to vote. Despite all attempts by INEC to get as many people as possible to get their PVC, the report is that even so many people that are registered, they either fail to pick up their PVC or they pick it up and they do not make use of it. Why the lack of interest, and what can be done to change this attitude, most especially within the elite? We have in the studio someone that is a stakeholder. Will be talking to us from the point of angle of a professional. And I'm not ready to unfold her. Just watch our profile free. We will be right back.
Nice.
Very beautiful and intimidating CV there, most especially coming from a woman. Discussing with us this morning on the issue of voter apathy within the elite is no other person than an electrical engineer, and she's a she, if I can say that. She is the director, ICC Professional Women Committee, and she's also no other person than engineer Atinuke Uraola Owolabi, an electrical engineer. Good morning.
Good morning, Wyken. Good to have you. To be
Good morning.
here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Kazim.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks for the privilege to be here
Yeah,
this morning.
Wyken, there's something you didn't have, and I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Those titles, MNSC.
MSc, you want me to...
No, I'll tell you why I said you didn't have. You know, I was at an induction ceremony of National Society of Engineers, where I anchored as the MC.
Wow.
And I remember, you know, while wanting to introduce the guest, somebody will come to me, make sure you mention all these titles.
It's same thing with chartered accountants.
Make sure you mention.
It's so easy to get it. After spending 5 years in the school,
Wow.
you come out and you still have to wait for another 5 to 10 years before you can be a member of Nigeria Society of Engineers. Then, after some years before, you cannot be the fellow. So it's not easy to get there. It shows that, okay, you're capable, you're competent, you know what you are doing in that profession. So that's why they always like you to please kindly make sure you mention it
Okay,
there.
now.
You can relate to that. You can relate to that. Okay, go on.
Yeah. Good to have you on the show. And well done on what you do.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. We're talking today about voter apathy. We realize that most often than not, you have the intellectuals, the elites, you have them. Most of the times they sit, when it comes to the day of elections, they just sit in front of the television. They begin to say, okay, Mushin local government, they have number of this. Shomoli local government, this is the number.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this number doesn't tally with this.
They are very good at analysis. Analysis. Oh, my God.
And you see, you realize that they send out their domestic staff, you know, the driver, the cook, the steward, to go and do the voting. Why do we have voter apathy within the intellectuals that are supposed to be part of electionary process and part of the decision making?
Oh, thank you, Kenny. I guess it's sometimes when I hear about this apathy, I would like, why should people be? Why won't you have interest in what concerns in the country? So what is apathy? That's when you don't have interest in your own country. I guess I would say it's ignorance. Yeah.
Even among the elites?
Among the elites, yes. Wow. And that's why we're trying to create the awareness now that, oh, election is for everyone, electoral process, everybody needs to key into that. It's ignorance, self-centeredness, that's greed, and pride, ego. I'm going to analyze it. Talking about ignorance, a lot of people look at it that, okay, what's this election for? They don't even know that it's their civic right, which starts from there. Because some people, they normally mix governance and government together. Governance is different from government. If you really want a good governance, you need to participate. If you really want people, if you want government to really make use of the resources of this country, you also need to participate. So if you don't participate, if you don't know your civic rights, that you need to come out on that day to vote, then you can't complain. Talking about ego, pride, why should I go and kill with these old people, with the masses out there?
Under the sun.
I'm so rich, I have everything in this world. Why should I go in there? And greed. I'm so rich, I could even buy I could buy Nigeria. But one thing I always want them to know is, when you talk about this country, when you talk about electoral process, when you talk about election, it's for everybody. That's your one vote means a lot. It could change the country. We make out to get a good leader. If you have 10 million, you have 10 million. For one to emerge as the winner, is just that one vote. And that's why we're trying to create the awareness. That's why we formed this COPWIP, Coalition of Professional Women in Politics, to agitate for good governance and inclusion of women. Fine. And along the line, we discovered that when we first started, a lot of professionals, a lot of elites were like, why should we get involved in politics? But when they now saw what we were doing during that, when we were doing the registration of PVCs, they saw us at Alabama Market, we saw at...
the professionals.
Yeah, we went down to Computer Village, a group in Abuja too. They went to different communities to register them, to sensitize them that they must get into this. You won't believe that. After that, a lot of professionals started calling me, engineer, please, where do you think I can register for my PVC? That is why I say it's ignorance. What you don't know, you don't know. So I think this is the time we need to come out to let them see reasons why we have to make a change in this country. When you talk about having a better Nigeria, elites should get involved. Professionals should get involved, because these are the people that will provide solutions to the challenges of this country. But when you are not part of it, when you are so least concerned about Nigeria that, oh, I'm not making anything in this country. Oh, my businesses are brought there. One thing they have forgotten to realize is, we talk about 7 million, I'm just using Lagos State as an example. We talk about over 7 million registered voters in Lagos State. And after the election, if you have less than 1 million naira, when you go abroad, 1 million, oh, I'm sorry, 1 million, less than 1 million people
who voted.
that vote. When you go abroad, one thing they will look at you is that, oh, you are from Nigeria. Oh, and you have over 200 million. And not talking about Lagos State. Oh, you are even from Lagos State. You have less than 1 million. One thing that I want them to realize that the way they will look down on you that you people don't vote. They won't really regard you. And that's why we're trying to tell this elite, the professional, that this electoral process, they need us more than we need them. We really need to key into it. When people out there see us that we're doing a lot, sanitizing people to get the PVC, registering people, even on that polling unit, we're trying to encourage our neighbors to come out. We are like role models to people out there. This will also encourage others to come out and perform their own civic rights. So that's why we're imploring all the professionals, the elite, the intellectuals that day is not a day to sit down at your comfort zone and send your maid out there. If you don't participate, then you can't complain if anything is going wrong in this country. Because you should be the voice for the masses. You should be a good role model. Even if you have the whole money in this world that can buy Nigeria, but you are still a citizen. You still bear that Yoruba name, Hausa name, or Igbo name. So what stops you from going out there? How many minutes will it take you to just kill? And it's even better that when you get there, the process might be wrong. You will be able to adjust the process. You'll be able to set good standard. Oh, can we kill this? Can we kill this? Because they see you as somebody that's well-learned, well-read. People tend to listen to you, and they will do good thing. And when you're able to do this, and we get back home, you tell your neighbor, please, have you gone to perform your own civic rights? They too will want to come out to say, oh, engineer, doctor, went to that place to perform his or her civic right. I think I also need to get up and do mine. This country belongs to us. If you need that change, we all need to get involved.
We all need to get involved. All right, I want to ask that what are the steps that have been taken to encourage these people, these elites, the intellectuals? What are the steps? Because I know that, yes, you are the directorate of a particular campaign group. You are for the professional women. In your group, what are you doing to encourage this elite? Or are you also focused on women alone to come out as professional women?
I think we are fine, because when you talk about gender equality, you need to, because women tend to lose interest in some of this, especially the professional. That why should we do this? But about 4 or 5 institutions now had invited me to come and talk about this electoral process. Nigeria Society of Engineers and Victoria Island branch, even Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria. Why should they get involved? And I was able to tell them more about that. Okay, when we want good governance is effective utilization of our resources. We need to get involved because we are part of it. Because when you talk about governance, it makes up of 3 sectors. The public sector, that's government. The private sector, that's you and I and companies. Then the civil society, that's not an NGO. So we can't leave it alone in the hands of government. If you really want a good governance, if you really want a change in this country, that you need to also come and perform your... Talking about the association, they fall under CSR. That's CSO, civil society organization, they are NGO. That you also need to sensitize people out there. And one of those things we are doing is we are doing online sensitization, bringing some professionals that are already in the system to let them know that for you to know that this country must move forward, then you need to get involved. Last week now, we brought in the special advisor to Mr. Governor on Works and Infrastructure to tell us why professionals need to come. Professionals need to get into this electoral process. You can see that Lagos State is working. They are doing a lot of things. And she came online to let us know that it is this is the right time for professionals to get involved. If you are not involved now, is it why you don't want to form government theory? they will now call you when you did not come to participate. And when they did see you during that election, is it after the election they will now call you, hi, Dr. Yinka, please, we want you to come and be part of our government. You have never contributed anything into it. So these are the things, these are the reasons that why all these professionals, the elites need to get into this. Even if you don't need anything in the government, at least you should love your country. As long as you still bear that name, Yinka. Yinka means Yoruba name. That's Nigerian name, and not any other country's name. As long as you still bear Mr. Kari, maybe you are from the north, that is still Nigeria's name. And you need, if you really love this country, you need to get involved. So we're creating the awareness, bringing people, then engagement. We'll be trying to engage them, to talk to them that we need to get involved. We can't leave it in the hands of, I'm sorry to say, the market women, the rural women, that they should be the ones to come out on that day. We also need to be good role models to these people.
In fact, that's the more reason why we have invited you today, to come and tell us why elites like you don't vote. But
I just said it is ignorance.
Yeah, but you know, when you mention ignorance, I like, man, these are the people who were supposed to know, you know. And of course, I'm happy that you know, you've been sending a message out there for them to know that if you don't vote, you lose your right to complain if the government isn't doing well. I'm very, very happy about that. Let's take this a little further. Now, with the enthusiasm that greeted this election, particularly this coming election, with the turnout, we had registration for votes and all of that. Would you say the people have suddenly realized their voting power to hire and fire with the enthusiasm we have seen this time? And what are your thoughts again concerning this voter apathy we're talking about this time, given the turnouts of previous elections?
Thank you, Mr. Kazim. I'll tell you that this time, this election is going to be different because the elite out there, they are now aware of their own civic rights. We've told them to pocket all the resources they have, come out as a citizen, as a good Nigerian, to be part of it. Even when you get to that polling unit, you queue and get that. It's going to be different. Part of what we're also doing is voter education and seeing professionals coming out there because we really need a better Nigeria. We need to get it. Sometimes I look at it that when you complain that, oh, Nigeria is not moving, Nigeria is not doing this, it is, I guess, it's even our own fault because we leave it in the hands of the common people that, oh, just go out there, my housemate, just go and do it. And the housemate will get there, we just do it like this. Sometimes she may not even vote rightly. She may just, even our own voting might even spill to another party is void. So when you not get involved and they say, okay, this agitation is there, this excitement is there that, oh, this country belongs to us, everybody will key into, just like what we're doing. I'm using myself as an example. Ever since I started now that, oh, this election, we just have to do it. Do you know, a lot of elites, a lot of professionals now, they now see reasons why they have to join that. Oh, if Engineer Tinuka could come out openly to say, yes, we have to kill into this. I think I need to pocket my ego and come out to. And you see, that's why you see that it's going to be different. We're going to have a better figure this time around because we're now involved. We'll be having a program next week now, and all the professionals, especially the professional women, will be on the streets, canvassing, vote, knocking your door that.
All right.
It's your civic right.
All right.
When you see a gorgeous woman knocking your door to be a witness, INEC witness, that you must come out to vote. You have a second thought that, I think I need to get involved. I need to come out on that day to vote. And that's why we're using the professionals to touch their heart, to change their mindset. I know a lot of people will say, especially the elites, that what are they gaining in this country? We can't continue to be thinking that way. We should be thinking of how can we improve this country? How can we make it to be better? Government is just to regulate, to control. But as a private sector, private and CSO, we need to come together to think about it, that what are the things we need to do? How can we contribute to this country? And that's why the CSO, the NGOs, they are doing theirs just to complement what government is doing. That's why you see so many NGOs empowering people. We want better development. We want sustainable development. NGOs are doing that. And if we're able to all come together, mothers, fathers, when you tell your children that election is for everyone, it starts from home. Foundation matters. When you let your children know that we have to kill into this election, by the time they grow up, by the time they attain that age of 18, this excitement will be there too, that we need a better Nigeria. We want to make a change in this country. That's my one vote must count. And can actually make a change, a difference in whatever we're doing in this country. So it starts from home as well.
All right, engineer. You see, when we are discussing something very interesting and to our national development, time is always not on our side. But I also would like you to take on this. You are an engineer.
Yeah.
All right. Let's revisit this issue of beavers technology. I mean, in Osun, I mean, it's in the paper. We had what happened in Osun, where the gubernatorial election of the election has just been nullified. And as an engineer who specializes in electronic, that's your area.
Engineering.
Really. Yeah. So INEC has continued to beat their chest, confidence in that beavers. Are you also confident in it?
Yes, I am. Because if you look at what INEC has been able to do now, they have brought in so many innovations to this election, and that's why it's becoming technical because of the technology they've deployed. Look at these beavers. A lot of people don't even know what beavers is. Likely they will try to enlighten some rural people what beavers mean. That's Bermuda Voters Accreditation System. Is either you accredit with your finger or they use your face. That's face recognition. So if they can't get your finger, they should be able to get your face. My face is different from your face. So what beaver does is, okay, the number of those people that will get accredited, the number of those people that will vote must not exceed those people that will be accredited. Exactly. So, from beavers, if all the accreditation is about 100 voters, and while you're counting the vote is 101 or 102, INEC has said a part of the electoral process they're going to cancel it. Okay. That shows there is a kind of manipulation there. And the way this beaver works it out, once you accredit, it's updates automatically. You get it. If you have access to the portal, you will be able to see the number of people that have actually been accredited. So it's very simple. In every polling unit now, you have seen it there. Once you get accredited, your vote will count. And that's one thing we want to tell this elite, that this time around, don't say, oh, either I vote or I don't vote. They've already known the winner. This time around is going to be different because your vote is going to count. You have seen what happened in Osun now. Yeah. Your vote will surely count. All right. Just get accredited.
All right. Because of our time, we need to wind down this conversation. But before I let you go, finally, just probably in 1 minute, I wanted to say, other than the BVAX, what else do you think? What other innovations do you think INEC can put in place to make this election this time around more credible?
Oh, INEC has started that, and I know they will still continue to do that. Let them just continue to sensitize people with the use of animations to tell people how to vote. When you get, oh, this is INEC from polling unit, get this and get. When we're able to have the animation technology, and right now, before I go, PVC collection is going to stop tomorrow, so it's better if you have not collected yours and you've already registered, please kindly rush down to any INEC office and collect your PVC. That makes you to be a good Nigerian, a good citizen. So INEC should continue to sensitize the populace through the TV, inside the media, through the animations. That will help a lot of people to know, oh, this is the process they are putting in place. That, okay, beavers, this is how beavers work. You do it. The animation is not going to be more than like a minute or two. but you're passing
a
message to
Thank
people.
You so very much.
You have really passed enough message
today. All right, we've been talking about our voter apathy within the elite in the society, and this discussion has been ongoing with no other person than engineer Tinuke Wuraola Owolabi. Okay, KZ said I should call all of the
that is.
MNSE, FNIEE,
registered engineer.
That is, she's an electrical engineer. Thank you so much for being a guest on the show. And I must mention also that she is the director of the Professional Women ICC Campaign Group. Thank you so much for being our guest this morning.
You're welcome, Thanks for having me.
And we hope to have you after the election.
Sure.
All right, we go on a short break now. When we return, we have our next guest here with us in the studio. Don't go anywhere. We will definitely be right back.